We are live.
We are live.
We are live, man.
Mark, it's so good to be with you again tonight
Oh, for
or
sure.
today,
Yeah,
wherever, maybe night where you are, maybe day where other people are that are watching. But it's
yeah.
so great to be with you.
Oh, it's great to be with you as well. I think we planned last week, and some things happened, but that's okay. Life. That's what we're going to be
Right.
talking about, actually.
That's right. I was
Work
trying to
and
get
life.
more into balance and I missed it. That's what I was trying to do.
Well, hey, I'm not pointing any fingers. Not pointing any fingers at all, man. Things happen, but I'm
All
looking
right.
forward
That
to.
being said, I know that everybody has been waiting to hear your tips on balancing work life and home life and family life and all those other different lives we all lead.
Oh yeah,
So
for
let's
sure.
get into it today. I know you have a list of tips that you want to give us on how we can all achieve work life balance. So let us have it.
Let's jump into it. Well, I want to kind of preface it a little bit. I read this thing and it talked about working hard. The statement was working hard can literally kill you. And it gave a lot of numbers and statistics. I don't really like statistics because you can make them do whatever you want them to do. But the things that it talked about in working, when we're just constantly working and working and working, heart disease, insomnia, chronic stress, um, um, high blood pressure, depression, and then when you factor in other things like um, obesity, not eating correctly, all those things just they pile up, and they don't immediately beat you down right there. It is a slow, steady process over the years and years and years. That you're constantly working, and so there is some truth to working can literally kill you. What do you think?
Oh, definitely. I've had times in my life early on when I was a younger man, and I was devoting 12 to 16 hours a day to a job, and it was devastating for my family.
Oh yeah.
And ended up doing that over the course of a number of years was one of the major factors of a divorce that I had to go through and my family had to go through. So, yeah, work life balance is so important.
Oh, for sure it is, for sure. Um, I worked in the restaurant, sometimes 13, 16-hour days, and we have this mindset that we have to work hard. We have to work hard to provide for our families, and we want to provide for our families, but, there's got to be a balance there. So the next one is, and these are not the tips, but I just want to kind of go through some things. You can't pour from an empty cup. Okay, so these are the people that you know, and this is you. And what happens is that you're giving and giving and giving and giving people and giving and giving and giving and giving and giving till you can't give anymore. I mean, you're spent. You're and that's no balance right there. That's got to be a balance, and we're going to talk about that giving and giving and giving, what you can do to protect yourself from that. But the next one is you need to put yourself higher on your to-do list. Instead of wanting to do all these other things, put yourself first. First thing in the morning, journal, meditate, whatever it is, and make sure that you're doing the things that you need to do first to get you energized, and then that way you can move on through the day. So I want to start with 7 tips that you can help you through a work-life balance. And so the first one is be intentional with you time. Like I said, meditation and things that, right? Make sure that you're intentional about doing it. You have to set aside some time. This is what I'm going to do for me, which leads to the next one. Have a consistent schedule. Uh, Sometimes there's going to be some things on your schedule that you don't have to do all the time. You can change things up. Make things exciting. Make things interesting, but don't have the same constant schedule, because having a work-life balance, if you're bored doing the same old thing over and over again, you're going to get depressed or stressed out or whatever the case may be. So the next one is you want to take a tech break. This thing is generally with me, well, not 24/7, but it's with me enough times where I'm always checking it. Sometimes I have to turn it off and just relax a little bit, because I'm checking emails, I'm checking messages. There should be a certain time of the day. That's when you can put that in your schedule. A certain time of the day when you can check those things, so you won't so it won't run your life, because this thing will run your life. It is everybody's got one. If you go to a restaurant, and I noticed it one day, me and my wife were out, and it was just automatic. We were like, what are we doing here? So we turned it off, and I started talking, and then she pulled the phone out again, because I guess she didn't want to hear what I was saying. But anyway, yeah, go figure. Go to bed early, and then when you go to bed early, make sure you go to bed nice temperature, cool, and no television. I used to watch years ago. I used to watch the news before I went to bed, and I would go to bed pissed, and I would wake up pissed. And that's if I got enough sleep, because I was diagnosed with sleep apnea. So when you're and most people don't know what that is. But when I went through a sleep study, there was about 15-20 seconds that I wasn't breathing at certain times during the day, and when you talk about the obesity and all those things, heart diseases, all that ties in, and it's just not a good thing. So don't go to bed mad. Go to bed happy. Matter of fact, I think it even says that don't go to bed when the sun goes down. Don't go to bed angry. It's just not a good thing.
That's exactly right.
Let's see. No news, nothing depressing. Eating is a big thing. I used to eat all the time. Do not eat after 8:30 at night, if you can help it, because your food doesn't digest well. If you're not sleeping well, it just adds to a lot of heartache, if you will, And so the next one is try something new, a hobby. A lot of people don't have a hobby. Their hobby is they work and they come home and they sit in front of the television. My hobby is I like to read. I think you and I are both into personal development, and we love reading and trying to better ourselves and find ways to better ourselves, and that's take a trip, stamp collect coins, knit, whatever it is. Just find something that you can do that will take you away from everything, and that helps with your work-life balance. And I believe that is it.
That's a fantastic list, Mark.
Well, thanks. Thank you.
I really appreciate you sharing that with everybody.
And I hope it's something that people can use,
Right.
A lot of this, it's interesting. A lot of the stuff that we know, a lot of this stuff is not new, or we don't do it, I'll be the first to admit there's things on this list I know, but I don't do it. And I'm like, wow, I know better than that, And so when I'm feeling stressed out or whatever the case may be, I'm like, I know what I need to do, So I just hope this how do you say it? Reinforces in people, and it kind of reminds them, if you will, hey, this is what we need to do, especially coming up on the holidays. I was thinking of this. Spring and summer are really hectic times of the year. We love the spring and the summer, but then we have the holidays that come up now. We have Thanksgiving, and then right around the corner is Christmas. And I wonder, are these the times now? Are they more hectic than the summer months? To me, Thanksgiving is part of being grateful and thankful, which we should always
Right.
do. Not just one day, but um, all year round. But this is a time when you could take um, a moment and truly be grateful and look at your life and see where you are, And same thing with Christmas. Christmas is about giving, and giving. Also a time of being grateful. You're here with your family, and I'm going through a time right now. My mom passed away a few months ago, and I tried to be macho about it, and but there's something to be said about um, the holidays and grieving, And this is going to be our first major holiday without mom,
Right.
So it's it's just a different feeling. If you've gone through it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I've never gone through it, but it's all part of the work life balance. You have to see things and deal with them, and I think in work life balance, I think a lot of people don't deal with things appropriately, So anyway,
Correct.
I'm rambling a bit, but I'm glad we had a
No,
chance to talk.
I appreciate you saying that, and what you're saying there at the end there about your mom. Uh, I certainly want you to know that I have empathy for you, and I do know what you're feeling, and have been there just recently myself. Uh, my father passed away 2 years ago this past weekend, and I was there in his hotel room. And as they took him out of the room, I was left with his wallet and his phone and his keys. And just for a minute, I thought about, holy smoke, I don't ever leave home without those things. Those have to be on me. I check my pockets every time to make sure I have my wallet, my phone, and my keys. And he just left, and he doesn't need these anymore.
Wow.
And so it really hit home to me at that second that I may have my priorities out of line. And those days when I worked 12 and 16-hour days at work, that was not really the priority.
Right.
I was telling myself it was a priority. I was trying to provide for my family. But in reality, they just wanted me. They wanted my presence,
Right.
not
Right.
my gifts or presents that I could buy them. They
Right.
really just needed my presence.
Right.
And so if I could admonish you out there and just give you some comfort, Mark, to take this, as hard as it is, take this moment where you're dealing with a loved one that's no longer with you. Knowing in my case, in your case, I'm sure that they're in a better place. They're in a better place than we are. So that's comfort right there. But for yourself, going through this now, maybe alone without that person, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and there are blessings to be received as you go through this process. And one of those things is the lessons you're going to learn from it and the impact it can have on your life and spur you forward. If you had a lack of motivation before, it really can give you the emphasis of, hey, I don't have all the days that I thought I did, maybe. And I need to get busy living or get busy dying. And I decided to get busy living. That's what I decided.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I know you did too. And I exhort you for that and celebrate your decision for that.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Hey, Tiffany, did I pronounce that correctly? How you doing? Thanks for popping on. and that's cool. That's somebody pop on, man. It's always good, man. Wow.
Right.
So anyway, we're gonna go ahead. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone in the United States, or if you're an American living in a foreign country, happy Thanksgiving as well. And be safe. Be safe out there as well. And the next time we'll get together, I'm thinking about some things. Maybe talk about procrastination. Maybe I don't know. I'll throw out a couple of you, and we'll pick from them. We'll go from there.
Right. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in person next weekend.
Yeah, I am. I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. It's
All right.
looking it's looking good. That's a 6 hour yeah, well, 6 hour drive,
Yeah,
and
you can
so
do it.
but it's go. Oh yeah. I'm looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be
All
cool,
right.
man. All right,
That's
man.
great. All right. Well, we'll tell our audience goodbye and have a great Thanksgiving. And again, Mark, thanks for sharing with us today. Those are some great tips.
All right, and thank you for your time as well.